Which Friday the 13th or Jason movie is your favorite? Part 2. Personally, the 2009 reboot was my favorite. It just had a great new take on Jason and the Friday story. It was sort of like a remake of the best of the first 3 or 4 movies. It was great that they showed the death of Pamela for some backstory, and that Jason watched his mother get decapitated. This Jason is also the only one that I would probably call relatively scary, seeing as whenever I watch this movie with friends or whatever, they always scream at this version of Jason. Everything from his look, to his movement to his kills were on another level. Derek Mears' performance was perfect for me. I also really liked the way how Wade told the old Crystal Lake story around a campfire. Not to mention the first few moments of this movie are the most full of action in the franchise. The music for this movie is also great and fitted the more modern take on the Friday saga. Some of the characters aren't perfect, but there are some that I liked. Chewie and Lawrence probably single-handedly kept the audience interested while Jason wasn't on screen having a slash-a-thon. Clay had an interesting character and it was very cool to see a way smarter Jason go up against this group of teens who were smarter, some of them anyway, than he was. I love how Jason makes them cry out for help and how he uses bear traps. Heck, I even get chills at the scene when Clay knocks on the old lady's door and she says people round here go missing, they're gone for good. People round here just want to be left alone, and so does he. Now, I know everyone hates Trent, and so do I, but the actor did do a great job of playing that asshole TBF. And the visual of Jason's mask resting at the bottom of Crystal Lake is just art to say the least. 2009 reboot is my favorite, followed by Part 6, and then Part 4. Happy slashing everyone. I cannot decide between Part 2 and Part 4. I would say the reboot comes quite close to my favorite too, though when it comes to my favorite F-13th movie it has to be Part 2 or 4. Part 2 is so incredible to me because you don't really know what or who Jason really is yet. I find the sack mask incredibly cool too and really gives me the vibe of a younger and less intelligent Jason who just wants to defend his mother. Part 4 is also a favorite since the mask is incredible. The axe mark makes the Part 3 mask look so much cooler and the way Jason kills that MF in the shower is amazing. I personally love all the Friday the 13th when Jason is still human. Part 2, 3 and 4, because that's what makes him more scary in my opinion because he is seen as unstoppable and powerful yet he is still mortal. But my all-time favorite is definitely Part 4. His design is awesome with the gash and face design. Ted White is like the darker and more brutal version of Richard Brooker, which I absolutely love about this Jason. The music is great and the filming location is beautiful yet terrifying at night. The end scene where Jason finally meets his fate is amazing, gruesome and iconic. Overall a great movie. Part 8 has to be my favorite. I know everyone hates it and it's generally regarded as the worst movie, but in my opinion it's got some of the best kills, campiness, and my favorite Jason, not necessarily looks-wise. That goes to Part 4. This is just where I think Kane is the most in his element. Him knocking Julia's head off with a single punch is the greatest kill in the series. Maybe if the movie was renamed Friday the 13th, Jason Goes on a Boat Ride to New York, it would have been more universally accepted, but honestly I love the idea of a Friday movie taking place on a ship. Maybe they could have not focused on the Manhattan Factor, we could have had a classic. Friday the 13th, Cruise Control. Part 6 without a shred of doubt. The characters are at least somewhat memorable. Jason is both badass and comical. The kills are pretty well done, it has a neo-gothic style in most scenes. And the sprinkles of self-aware comedy makes it a great slasher flick and a good way to get into the subgenre. Part 4 for sure. That was the first time we got introduced to Tommy Jarvis. And literally Tommy killed Jason being just a kid, and that cold look at the camera that Jarvis gives us at the end still gives me the chills to this day. My second fave would have to be Part 9 because it would have been an epic sequel to see Jason and Freddy fighting in hell, not like the garbage we got in 2003, and we could have probably seen Jason becoming the Savini Jason, Jason from Hell. It would have been cool to see Jason as the new ruler of the underground world. My favorite is Jason from Part 7, I really like the way he looks. His ragged clothes from the 6th part, his skeleton which is visible. It's just terrifying. Especially his mask, which is a little broken. Another of my favorite looks is Jason from Part 6. Then he revealed himself in full glory. He's just awesome. Part 6. The soundtrack is just used so well. Unlike other films, the music is all screechy. It mixes between military, dramatic, and tense. Resurrection scene, paintball scene, the cemetery theme, Jason's death theme, without being suspenseful the whole way. There are some hints to cemetery bell related sound during keeping the whole dead man vibe. Some people think the belt makes him silly, but it really gives something new. It all kinda just suits him. It's really fun to watch with humorous moments, Makes it feel like real 80s kids hanging out being chill while others didn't make sense and that things were too intentional, I guess you could say, through the film. Nothing was overdone other than the RV face kill. The shape of the face was a bit too expressed, shown more detail than realistic. Part 7 was my first Jason flick and has been number 1 for me forever. Part 3 is up there with it. That moment when a simple hockey mask becomes an iconic symbol of horror is one of the most chilling scenes in slasher history for me at least. And Jason in Part 7 is just so badass looking. And of course, Kane Hodder and the sleeping bag to the tree kill. Wow. You made it to the end of the video. Here is the next question for a future video. Which final girl from the Friday the 13th franchise is your favorite? And why? Thanks for watching the video. I hope you have an awesome day.